Man, God done did it again. Hold on. Check me out. So check this out. If you go to First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 52, listen to this, right? It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised imperishable, and we shall be changed. For this perishable body must put on the imperishable, and this mortal body must put on immortality. Basically, the dead will rise, and they will no longer be suspect, and they will no longer be accountable to death again. But many people just look at this as the dead rising from the grave and Judgment Day arriving. But what if I told you that God was specifically talking not only in that aspect, but to those who have died to their flesh? This is metaphorical, right? This is an analogy, if you may. Watch this. I'm gonna show you. Romans chapter 18, verse 13. Look, for if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, you will live. That verse in 1 Corinthians specifically is telling you that you have to die to live, because God will raise the dead in the end. But then Romans 8:13 comes and tells you how to die so that you may live. When he said the dead will rise, he was more so talking to those who have died to their flesh. It's not about the physical death. The Bible even goes as far as to state everyone has to answer to death at one day or another. How is it that there's two people in the Bible who've never died? You got Enoch and Elijah. Many suspect that those are the two prophets that will come back in Revelation. But might I present to you that maybe they never even had to die in the first place, because God exists outside of time and death. Therefore, the only death that he was referring that we all have to answer to is the death of our flesh. Either you're going to die in your flesh on earth and your spirit will live forever, or you're going to live in your flesh and your spirit will die for eternity.